Hello everybody, this is House Gaming and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play the Banner Saga 3. In the previous episode, we learned why all this is happening. I'm not going to give the specific reasons, because then that would ruin the point of you going to watch the other episode. But we've also made it to what appears to be a Dredge Godstone. An enormous bell hangs from the carved stonework. Even untouched, it hums with a strange, deep resonance. Alfred says, the sculptors built this godstone to themselves. They raise bells made of those who have passed. It is said that a part of them lives in the sound of these bells, and they can visit their ancestors this way. Spar crosses his arms. I would explain the spooks. The stone singer approaches the godstone, hands up, shaking his head in warning. He seems to diligently avoid touching anything. At the Godstone center is an enormous bell. An enormous bell dwarfs the other smaller chimes hanging throughout. The bell's handle calls to you on a primal level. Are you thinking of ringing it or kissing it? Spar asks. I wouldn't do either. Tap the bell with your weapon, will return you to the same options. Leave the bell alone, gets you nothing. Pull hard on the rope hanging beside the bell. That'll get us a trinket, a battle, and it unlocks rest so we can waste days here to return to Arborang. Which is what we're going to do. Pull hard on the rope hanging beside the bell. Like an itch or a sneeze or an old memory, compulsion takes over. The bell swings hard and that's it. Silence. Then you feel tapping around your feet and see loose pebbles scrabbling like insects, and you get the unsettling feeling that the ringing is simply too deep for you to hear. But very, very loud. Before the bell swings back, you grab the clapper to prevent another strike. It comes off in your hand like the bell itself. It's distressingly beautiful and fills you with unease. But you pocket the thing. The ground rumbles now for other reasons, and you instinctively draw your weapon. Dredged clapper. The handle to an ancient and enormous bell carved with ornate decorations, like a work of art in itself. +2 to aggro, knockback on strength 3, +3 to strength talents, +3 break, and +3 strength attack. We also didn't really get a good look at the brass ocarina last time. Let's see. An instrument like this is rarely made of materials other than bone or wood, and even more rarely glow when played. Move 3 tiles after actions, +2 to move, +3 to break, +2 armor per rest, +2 will per rest, +3 aggro. If it was per turn instead of per resting, I'd say it'd be a good tank item, but it's not. Let's see. What's Spar doing here? Oh, of course he's required. What's he got? Insult, tale we're telling, scald song. Ugh. I don't want to really use any prestige to promote him. That reminds me. Unbent. I don't know why it says it's available. I've already maxed him out. Let's see. Castaway. I've maxed out Bloodletter. I'm gonna have to substitute Krumer with Valgard because I need my tank. And I don't really need the +20% crit. So Avind, I'm gonna give him the Twiceborn. And max it out. Let's see. Ollie getting Death's Messenger would be very good with his Axe Storm. It's probably someone I'm going to go for. Need to promote him first. I could give him some more willpower. It couldn't hurt. I could also give him dodge, though. That might not be a bad idea. See, extra damage on consecutive attack to the same enemy. I mean, with Axe Storm, that's going to be incredible. Alright, and I think I'll save the rest. I don't think they mentioned anything about giving Apostate a, heroic title. Even though Apostate is pretty much going to be staying in our party a lot. Because why not? It's just too useful. The Rupture is just too useful when you're up against a ton of Dredge. Even if they're technically warped. Let's see. No. No, besides I don't have anyone rank 15. You know, when all this is said and done, I might do another playthrough of this as Rook, but just absolutely cheat and give everyone max stats. Who knows? Anyways, can I at least move them around in the party? Yeah, I can do that. Move them towards the back. Next time, don't. Agreed. Okay, kinda surrounded on all sides. Whew, no real good places I can put Avend and Apostate to keep them safe. I'll keep Valgard near them. Castaway, if I can get up here, I can blast these guys with their Shatterstone. Get them bleeding. I don't know who's moving first, though. I guess we're just gonna have to find out. Okay, so it's not a wave-based one. That's good, I can work with that. I can move over here, do some damage to these guys. Put them below the threshold, so that Apostate can take them out. Yeah, that figures. Valgard, you get over here, get a stone wall going. Ugh. Alright, Castaway's not long for this world. Okay, Apostate. You start your Rupture. Should be able to take out a fair number of them. Alright, who needs mending? Not really anyone. See, this one's gonna die from the bleeding if Apostate doesn't get them first. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Hold up. 1, and then 1, 2 this way. 1, 1, 2. He can blast these two with his arc lightning. That'll drop him below the threshold. See, this one's already below the threshold, but I also got to make sure it doesn't interrupt Apostate. Can it reach her? Him? Yeah. It's probably going to try interrupting. 'Cause apparently that's something they can do, but we can't. But it went for Avend. Good. See, below the threshold, below the threshold, below the threshold. Alright, in that case, I just need to hold out until Apostate's turn comes up. The only one I'm really concerned about is maybe this warped slinger. There's nothing I can really do about it. Okay, good. Good. This one can't reach Apostate. Neither can this one. Alright, so Valgard, just max out your stone wall. And Castaway, let's see if we can get through a mission where you don't fall. Don't let them ring that feigned bell! Huh. So ring the bell summons more. That would have been nice to know. Alright, time for Valgard to go on the offensive. Alright. Don't gotta worry about doing maximum damage because he's dead from the bleed. More warp come every time that thing is rung. Who's ringing it? Was it the Dredge who died next to it? Or is it because of the explosion that counts, which is going to be a problem? I think that's what it is. Huh. Well, there goes Castaway. Because that means I can't post up near the bell. This ain't good. Of course, when is it ever? Alright, smash up that one's armor in its entirety. Means I gotta try and lead the slingers away before they can do anything. Alright, let's go for Umbrage. What's this one doing? Rupture. Okay. Thankfully, and I can't believe I'm saying it, that won't kill the slingers. Alright, Avon, just get out of there. I could strike this one with Spar, but the problem being is if it moves next to the bell, when the rupture happens, it will die. Shit. Bell is broken and rings no more. Nothing left to ring it now. Alright, fair enough. I hope that doesn't screw us over in the long run. Shame this one wasn't a little bit closer, so that the rupture would get it too. But oh well. Let's move Valgard out of the way. Stonewall. Alright, get that umbrage going. Alright, who needs mending? Well, technically speaking, everyone. But I think Ivor could use it the most because he's surrounded by enemies. Okay, hold up. Yeah, go for this one. Actually, no. No, go for this one. No, don't end your turn. Never mind. It doesn't matter anyways. Is this what it's like to be on the receiving end of Overwatch? Guess it wasn't using enough willpower. Screw it, go for another umbrage, even though I don't think we really need to worry about that. Or that it'll really see any use. Alright, mending for Valgard, I guess. Oof. And I can't move Spar because, well, the Overwatch. Alright, all that's left are the slingers. Valgard go for this one. Alright, Avon, you just stay right there. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. Alright, so if I'd known about the explosions ringing the bell, I probably could have finished this in the first round of it, or the first wave of it. Yeah, but so be it. Got a lot of renown out of that, though. Godstone Dredge. This is the Godstone of the Dredge. The ringing of the battle still echoes in your head and turns into a dull ache in your bones. How about we don't do that again, says Spar, motioning to the large dredge bell. We're lucky that's all we faced. At least now we know there aren't any other of those things around. Okay then, so we can rest here. Like I said, we need a minimum of 5 days to make it to our destination and ensure that we don't, you know, lose everyone we care about. That means we can visit Arborang 2 times before we have to get moving. Let me just do some math to make sure. Let's see, 2.7 plus 1.6. It's 3. That's 7.3 days that we can get on the last 3 returns to Arborang. And those are the maximum number of additional days we can get from them. But first, let's have a talk with Ollie. You find Ollie at the edge of the light, staring at the Godstone. Mind if I join you? Hard to find space around here. Just keep your voice down. That vicious wrinkled fiffle won't share any of his drink, and my head hurts. In the distance, Spar takes a moment from lazily turning his lang spill to throw Ollie a wildly inappropriate gesture. Ran out of your own brew? Lost my flask when that whale thing shattered the frozen ocean. You hear the things coming out of my mouth? Sober is no way to live, Ivor. Ollie stares blankly into the distance. Guess I'll just keep quiet then? Gets a 15 morale. What's your drink of choice gets progress with a lot more dialogue. What's yours? Yak's milk? Who cares? Ah, never mind me. You know how some men can't handle their drink? I can't handle being dry. Makes my head hurt. That seems like a problem. Never has been before. Who would want to take in all this majesty clearly? I haven't been this sober since I was 13, locked up in a Beauregard cell. Ollie gets a faraway look in his eye. Room's my poison, to answer your question. Believe it or not, I can't even throw these axes worth a damn dry as I am. But I get a few drinks in me and I see something. Oh, you see the lines of light. Wait, you see lines of light? Damn right, showing me exactly where the axes are going to go. Usually I keep that sort of thing to myself, but what's the point? Probably best not to think about it, gets you nothing. Ollie, I think you may be spell weaving. Ollie strains his back as if startled. What are you talking about? Like the Menders do. Weaving? Like this Niddinger who farts lightning and raises the dead, but only when I'm drunk? And you're just using it to throw things better. Ollie erupts into laughter, loud enough to make even Spar frown. What a time to be alive, eh, Varl? Not if it was all for nothing, is nothing, is like... So, I'll drink to that, gets you 15 morale. I'll drink to that. Don't tease. You pass Ollie your mead horn, and his hands shake as he gulps from it greedily. Ollie the Spellweaver. My mom always said I was special. Maybe you're not as bad as they say, Varl. Who says that? Just take the victory. Yeah, I gotta admit, despite the surroundings we find ourselves in, we have been keeping morale rather high. Matter of fact, I think we didn't get anything from that because we maxed out morale. Alright, well, like I said, this is our last chance to rest. And there is story that we would be missing out on if we don't return to Arborang. Same time, we also have to be extremely careful to ensure we have the most number of days possible before returning. Because if we have to return more than 5 times, we basically get the bad ending. Well, the ending where nobody in Arborang survives. But I do want to see the story. There's no more time to rest. Wait, you're joking, right? This little sliver... This little sliver is preventing me from going back, which means I can't rest anymore, which means we can't see the returns. Well, whatever. Alright, I get it! Okay, I'm gonna load just so that doesn't keep bothering me. Well, great. So we're gonna miss out on some of the story, but at least we can guarantee that we won't get the bad ending where all the people in Arborang die. So, first and second return, I'm gonna get the minimum possible days. But after that, I'm gonna get the maximum possible days I can. Alright, return to Arborang 1. Darkness lurches upon the Dome of Light, stretched thin above the city by menders, weaving fast stitches. Riots ripple through the slender spaces between people packed tightly together, and the warped lick at your defenses, testing them. It finally sinks in just how many dead rest in Arborang now. This is really the beginning of the end, isn't it? You grieve. Aleo says, the longship's finally sinking, so to speak. All's left to do is bail till our arms grow weak. You'll feel those old nagging survival instincts scratching at your thoughts. Food, water, shelter. Now, does the market have anything we can buy? I mean, it does, but no. Alright, all we can do right now is head for the funeral. They came from all parts of Arborang, carrying their dead, an enormous longship. The king won't be needing it anymore, was hoisted up to the Black Rock Plateau. Never mind the hassle, this is tradition. Arborang within the longship... arranged within the longship, many hundreds of bodies rest. Ready for the afterlife, ready for peace, amongst the stars. Their struggles are over. You hear all this from the orator declaring the last rites, preparing to set the longship ablaze. You remember those who traveled with you to Arborang. You've never seen so many dead in one place, and you hope to never see this many again. But, despite the tragedy, this is a reassuring moment, that there can still be dignity in death, even in these circumstances. The fires are lit, and special bundles laid along the ship's edge tint the flames in different colors. A gleaming rainbow rising toward the sky, and a bridge for brave souls. You imagine the ship drifting out to sea as it burns low. The solemn audience begins to pile stones and soil atop to form the traditional tumults. Tumults? Say a quiet prayer to yourself. Gets +3 to the timer, 5 morale, 10 renown. Give a speech to your caravan. Timer 4, morale 10, renown 20. Raise a feast to honor the dead. Timer 2, morale 25, renown 40. Let's raise a feast to honor the dead. It's the minimum number of time, and it also gets us the most morale and most renown. One tradition deserves another. Even in these grim times, especially now, a celebration is needed. Drinking begins immediately, and the feast grows throughout the day, reminding you of older, happier times. Even if the menders on the wall are given flagons. Leo puts his hand on your shoulder. His eyes are red, some combination of drinking and grieving, but there is a smile on his lips. I can only imagine how hard all this must be for you. I never had the privilege of meeting your father, but I've only heard incredible things about him. I think he would be very proud of you right now. Right now? Why? Where I look, I don't see the dead. I see all those who live on instead. Aleo stands quietly beside you, deep in thought. All options can be explored. The last option ends the conversation. Well, there's only one option. I'm just gonna finish this conversation, and then we'll end the episode off there because we just ran out of time. You can't help yourself from rhyming, can you? Elio looked slightly embarrassed, as if you caught him indulging in a vice. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't come off as disrespectful with what I said. I have a hard time putting it to bed. When I was a boy, my grandmother was a famous seer in our small town. I was in awe of her. She claimed the gods never died, and that they still spoke through her. Others would come from far away to hear their fate or feel close to them. Sometimes I would listen through the wall to the amazing things she told these people, even though it was forbidden. She knew before she died. Before she died, she told me a secret. She said she made it all up. I got upset. I called her a fraud. But she explained that just because she made it up doesn't mean it wasn't real. Stories we tell are just as real as all the things we see and feel, she said. Then she died. I remembered those last words clear as a bell, and I began to make up stories of my own. Eventually it became hard not to see the world as a story. And you're always writing one in your head. When I felt afraid or upset as a child, it helped to imagine myself as someone else reading my story. Like the gods were looking down and seeing that I can create things as well. Anyways, I'm sorry about all the rhymes. I'll try to keep them to more appropriate moments. Leo stands quietly beside you in deep thought. I guess it's time we moved on. Suppose we must. The menders shouldn't be left alone on the walls, and there's already a murmur spreading through the clans of not enough food to go around. Sometimes it feels like too much. The true hero comes reluctantly. Though we move on now with shuffling feet, our hearts will forever be incomplete. Alright, and with that, I'm going to end this episode off here for today. If you like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notifications for when I upload, or to hit the straw link to vote for our next Let's Play. And please, leave a comment down below this video. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.